Shh, because we're about to go live on air, and these guys just can't stop nattering. You can't wait to get live on air, can you? Assalamu alaikum, Sadat Akram and Arif Aziz.
Assalamu alaikum, everybody.
How are you guys doing?
Yeah, pretty good. Good weekend so far.
Yes.
Very good weekend.
I wasn't sure if we were going to be here today.
It was a long weekend. Long weekend, yeah.
Thought it'd be snowed in. I get the call. Yes, Salaam Studios snowed in. Can't come in.
Sorry. Did you get snow day on Wednesday, Thursday, Friday?
Yeah, I worked from home. Yeah.
Work from home.
Yeah.
Nah, I was working.
No problems for you.
Yeah. Did you not give your staff time off? Saying, look,
I did.
If it's too dangerous, don't come in.
No, I did because obviously the schools were off, and staff had to. A couple of staff members.
We've got loads and loads to get through today. We've got an absolutely massive problem. No issues with the snow in terms of the amount of stuff that we can cover, because obviously the world of sport is a wide ranging world of sport. There's stuff going on in New Zealand. What's going on in New Zealand? Sadat?
What's going on in New Zealand?
So the England tour, the 1 days.
Oh yeah, England won.
Yeah, they won.
They did. Yeah.
I caught the very corner of that one.
Did you actually watch it?
No, I didn't. I was watching a lot more PSL.
Okay, and we've got lots of indoor sports as well with the cricket.
Cricket was
sport,
snooker,
boxing, massive night of boxing.
Yeah. And there was
I didn't get a chance to watch it, but I sort of tuned in for the last couple of minutes. My missus actually didn't record it.
And the football, no Premier League fixtures were cancelled as a result of the snow.
No,
so we'll talk a little bit about that in the second half of the show. Crazy results, but more so about the travel arrangements for the fans, because you're talking about thousands of people crossing the country in these kinds.
The big question is, in the Thursday game, especially because obviously that was right in the middle of it.
That was the worst one, yeah.
That was the worst one. The fans not turning up for the Arsenal versus City game. Is it because the Arsenal fans are upset with Arsenal, or is it because of the weather?
Yeah, so
I think it's a bit of both.
Yeah, it's a combination of both, isn't it? And we've also got a couple of events that we'd like to promote here on Salaam Radio. But we should say salam to our Luton listeners, 105.1 FM, Inspire FM. Thank you so much for tuning in.
How's the weather up there?
Down there even.
Or down there, up there, down there. What's happening? The snow not affecting the phone lines, I hope, so they can call in.
Yeah, like they usually do.
Yeah.
So we're looking forward to taking your calls. We're live on Facebook, as we are most weeks, so guys, please do interact with the show. Have you shared your Facebook feed?
Yes.
Do you want me to share mine as well?
Go on, because you've got more friends than I have.
But you guys carry on.
Come on, Arif, you've got more friends than both
we
of us.
We should just share it and tag Arif and we'll be all good.
Oh, yeah, that's a good point.
And a note for the studio manager, I keep getting cut off, Kasim, so I don't know if there's something you want to look at.
What, now?
I keep getting cut off, like there's some kind of interference.
cut you off?
No, as in like there's interference in my earpiece, so I don't know if it's going out as well as it should be on the airwaves. So,
one question for you, Image. A mile. If you run a mile. Yeah, okay. What's a fast time for a mile?
I think
a fast time for a mile.
Yeah.
So, Roger Bannister.
That's the one I was going to bring up. Yeah.
Thank you. All right, so should we just move on?
Yeah.
We should take a moment.
Yeah, we should take a moment.
So this is Roger Bannister, who became the first man in history to run a mile in under 4 minutes.
Yes.
And he's got
3 minutes and 59.4 seconds to be precise.
Yeah, 3:59.4. And his record didn't last longer than
46 days.
46 days, yeah. I knew it was like a month or so, yeah. But still, it's like the first person to get under 10 seconds for the 100 metres. I don't know who it was, but...
What's the quickest out of interest?
The quickest mile?
Run mile. Because he was the first one to do it under 4 minutes. Was it the person who broke his record? Has that not been broken yet?
No, it's been broken many times.
It's been broken many times,
So what is the quickest then?
So I'd expect it to be around the 350, 351 mark.
Yeah, probably. I thought it was 345, but...
Yeah,
and that's because...
I suppose that's a big difference between...
Everything's... you've got to remember, this was going back, 50 years ago, 60 years ago, and, sports, psychology has developed as well.
Interesting fact, Roger Bannister is the dad to a fella named Clive Bannister, who is the CEO of my company.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
So I was talking to him in the office just the other day, and so it's bad news. So I'm just going to go on Monday.
You'll see him on Monday.
Or
phone him.
I might not see him on Monday.
Cool.
But also Clive, he's a runner as well. So we have like this Phoenix Mile, this annual fundraising 1 mile run, and this fella's he's in his 60s, but he still goes out and he has a little run. And it used to be a decent run as well in the past. But a big loss. And I was going to say there's like 3 or 4 movies made of his achievements as well. There's a film called imaginative title, 4 Minute Mile, is what it's called. There's a couple of films that are quite famous. The latest one was, I think, it was in 2005. So well worth a watch, and a sad passing of, somebody who is a true legend in
he
middle
lived
distance.
a good life. 88 he was. There was another passing away, Fiorentina captain, who was only 31.
That was
this weekend.
That was shocking. Yeah, I heard about it as well this morning. You'd think a 31-year-old, captain of your club side, playing professional football.
Yeah, CRA.
How did he die? What was his reason?
It was just said sudden illness. I was looking into it today, this morning, before the show, because I thought,
there's no real news, is there?
No, it just says sudden illness, and obviously the games were cancelled out of respect all weekend.
His wife's just given birth.
Really? Oh, I didn't read that.
That's tragic. But the press release coming out of Fiorentina, the club Fiorentina, it was something along the lines of, he was a symbol of the club. He was, he was a true professional, and his children have much to be proud of in terms of his life's achievements. And it's a really nice thing for the club to actually focus on the children and how they might take his passing. But yeah, really sad news. It's always sad, isn't it, when somebody at the peak of their abilities, and I think first saw it where there was that Cameroonian international.
Oh yeah, that was wild.
That was the first time I remember seeing somebody.
He died on the pitch.
Died on the pitch. He just collapsed on the pitch. And there's been
what was his? Can't remember his name.
I can't remember his name either. But he was Man City in Cameroon, wasn't he, at the time?
Yeah,
I believe so. Yeah.
So sad news there. We've got a few people watching us. We've got Kasim Mahmood watching. We've got Shabazz Aslam. We've got Zayn Ishmael watching.
Is he?
We're blessed. Yes. We're blessed with Zayn Ishmael's watching our show, and Ishfaq Ali. Ishfaq Ali, lots and lots of boxing going on last night. I hope you watched it, and I hope you can call in. The number here in the studio, guys, if you do want to call in and interact with the show, is 01733 602 133. That's 01733 602 133. You can always share your comments on Facebook. We will read all of them out. So do feel free to interact with the show. So, a few things though. Salaam Radio was very, very proud to support a local arty event which took place last night. Arif, I know you were there. I was there. Sadat, I know you weren't there. Thanks for not turning up. But what a wonderful show, Arif. Do you want to talk a little bit about that?
Yeah.
I know it's not sports related, but it is a Salaam Radio sponsored event. So we're very proud.
It was an excellent show. Mind blowing. That's
I heard it was emotional.
Yeah, absolutely. It was very, very emotional. I think the three main guys, they did a fantastic job.
So that was Zia, Jamal, and our very own Zayn.
Yeah, and I'll tell you what, I love Zia.
Yeah,
I thought he was quality.
Zia, he's so just to give you a bit of a premise, I mean, this is a spoken word poetry night, and they had an open mic session, so we had a few local people doing some readings of either their own work or somebody else's work.
Wow.
And then it opened with just some takes on life and, what it means to be a second, third generation immigrant, where there's a lack of belonging to back home and to here, and the fact that you're always different, and some of the issues that you come across. And it was funny, and it was thought-provoking, and it was hard-hitting and emotional.
Definitely.
It was a bit of everything. And I think the best thing was the diversity in the audience.
Yeah,
you saw people there you'd never associate with an arty event, and then you saw people who were all about that, and it was just, it really hit home to a lot of people. And it's interesting because, just as I was coming to the show, I was talking about it to my family, and my brother was talking about it, and my dad was talking about it, and my daughters who were there, they were talking about
different
it.
Generations,
different generations and different backgrounds, but there was a lot there that everybody could relate to. So, well done on that show. It's fantastic.
Well done, especially Zayn, because I think some of the work that they actually put in was unbelievable.
So all about setting up events, short notice and stuff. We've done a few things as well with FC People and whatnot. But this was fantastic because it was so different. It was new. It's not been tried before.
I was about to say, was it the first time that they've collaborated and done that together?
So this was the first time the Key Theatre has actually given a whole studio over to a Pakistani act.
Yeah, as those three, have they done this sort of thing before together?
No, I don't think so. I think this is the first one, isn't it?
Yeah, they discussed it about 4 weeks ago. They
4
discussed it
weeks
over
ago,
a chai, and they said, "Oh, we should put something together. Let's do it. Yeah, why not?"
Wow.
They filled out the studio. It was 108 seats, I think, in that studio, and it was full. And it was a mixed crowd as well. It was like a white crowd as well as a brown crowd. It wasn't just a brown crowd. It was, lots of English people.
And even the English, the feedback was they were pretty excited and to what they actually saw. It was really, really good.
So I assume the poetry was in both then Urdu and in English.
So there was one Urdu, or it was Mirbri, the actual the song, the melodic opening was in Mirbri, and then there was a recitation of an Urdu poem, and then throughout the whole English set there was always references back to either Urdu words or Urdu songs. You know, and they'd go into both, so you wouldn't miss the meaning if you only spoke English. But yeah, it was a really good event. I think we could be very proud to have been associated with that.
Hopefully they'll do another one soon, and I'll go to that one.
Yeah, definitely. I think,
to be honest, if they put the same show on again in a few months' time, I'd go again and watch it again. It was that good, and you just probably take a little bit more from it. So following that, we've got a few more events that Salaam Radio is supporting. So let's talk about. See, that segue was awesome, wasn't it? Family Fun Day on Saturday, the 31st of March, between 12 and 5. This is at Glasgow Park Community Centre, where there's going to be food.
Perfect for Saddam.
There's going to be a bouncy castle.
Bouncy.
There's going to be henna.
Oh, who's she?
I don't know. Some clothes, raffle, much more. It's just going to be a family fun day out. So, go along to that. It's a charity event. It's going to help build water wells in Pakistan.
Fantastic.
And they have a 100% zakat policy. So if you can donate to that would be great. And also, something that I've seen going around social media recently is the opportunity to become a fireman or woman.
Brilliant.
Fire person.
Yeah, I think.
Oh, you're on fire.
Yeah. And I think that this sort of opportunity hasn't come across to Asians or people of ethnic
I think the fire service,
before.
the police service, a lot of these kinds of institutional employers.
Well, I've seen Asian in the police service. I'll be honest, I can't remember last if I've ever seen an Asian fire person.
You know, to get into the fire services, because one of my friends tried a few years ago, it's extremely, extremely difficult.
It's very difficult, isn't it?
Yeah.
Well, be fit.
Yeah.
No, just that. It's the selection process can seem to be a little bit unfair. So they've got great pay and benefits. It's a very dangerous job and it's highly valued in the community, but they do look after their own. So it's very, very difficult or has been historically very difficult for ethnic minority people to get involved in the fire service. So if you've got any interest in joining the fire service, if you've got...
Is there an age limit?
Well, you need 5 GCSEs.
Got that. Tick.
So you need to be over 16.
Tick.
And you need both maths and English GCSE at grade C or above.
Tick.
You need to be living within 10 miles of Cambridgeshire.
Tick.
You need to have a full driver's license.
Tick.
And you need to have you need to have a good level of fitness.
Yeah, all right. Cross.
So I don't know what good level of fitness is. I don't think you need to run the mile in 4 minutes.
All right.
Roger's Manchester, but a good level of fitness.
So if you're interested, seriously, if you want a change in
career,
then look, we will get you sorted out.
The only thing is I like to work from home. I don't suppose they allow that to do that.
No, but seriously, if any of the youngsters are interested, it is a great occupation to go in rather. It's an excellent opportunity to find out more information at Glasgow Park Community Centre this Wednesday between 12:30 and 2:30 p.m.
So they're gonna bring somebody down for this, are they? And they're gonna.
It's going to be an open information evening, so you can go in there, ask questions, get application
forms, and I assume,
more information on www.camsfire.gov.uk. That's camsfire.gov.uk. Let's move on to the sport.
Yes, come on, boxing.
Boxing, yeah.
Who watched it?
I did not watch any
Kell
of it.
Brook, I believe we're talking about, are we?
I didn't.
Or we're talking about the other one.
Deontay Wilder.
Yeah,
Kell
Wilder.
Brook.
Who else?
Triple G. Amir Khan. Anthony Joshua.
Well, Wilder's calling out Joshua, isn't he? Wilder's calling out Joshua, isn't he?
Wilder's been calling out Joshua for months.
Yeah, but he won, didn't he? And he's calling him again. He's saying, "Come on, let's have it. Let's get it on." Who's Joshua going to fight next?
I have no idea.
Got no idea.
Why not Wilder?
Why not Wilder?
Yeah.
What? I don't know. I mean, Joshua seems to still be developing. I know he's beat Klitschko, and it was a very mature performance. That was probably the best fight I've seen in the last couple of years. Was that Joshua Klitschko fight? But he seems to be growing with every fight, and it doesn't make sense for him to risk an upset at this stage when he is the champion. He holds a couple of belts. Why would you not develop as a fighter?
Do you think, do you think that is the actual case? Because Wilder's saying something different, isn't he?
Well, what's Wilder saying?
Wilder's saying that AJ is a cash cow, isn't he? He's trying to...
Oh, no, there's no doubt. No doubt that
Look,
Deontay Wilder
I think Mike
wants to
Tyson-
fight for the money.
Yeah.
There's no doubt about that. Yeah, he's saying unifying the belts. I know Deontay Wilder's got a couple of belts as well. So you'd have the one champion with the 4 belts. And yeah, that would be great. But Deontay Wilder is not really, you're right, he's not pulling in the crowds. His own people, I mean, he's an American fighter.
Yep.
The Americans aren't backing him. And America is the biggest boxing market in the world. The Americans support Joshua more than they support Wilder. The Americans would pay for the Joshua fight, and they're not paying for the Wilder fight like they would pay for the Joshua fight. So in terms of pay-per-view numbers, in terms of filling out arenas, in terms of the big draw, Anthony Joshua, there's no doubt about it.
He's the biggest
He's
out
clean
there,
cut.
isn't he?
He's
Yeah.
well spoken. He's articulate. He's a great boxer, and he does look. It reminds you a little bit. Maybe this is, me just showing my ignorance in the world of boxing, but it does remind you a little bit of the up and coming, quick-handed, powerful Mike Tyson with maybe a little bit more height and reach. So he looks like a complete heavyweight boxer. Deontay Wilder, he's been accused of being a little bit wild, a bit choppy, helicoptery, with his big overhand rights and stuff, yeah. And Joshua is, he's boxing.
He had a good
superstar
win
right
though,
now.
didn't he? Wilder.
So how did he get on? Tell me about
He
it.
won in, I believe, is in 10th round, wasn't it?
Okay.
Knocked him out, didn't
He
he?
was unbeaten, isn't it? This Cuban, and he knocked him out a couple of times
Yeah.
before.
Okay.
And then 10th round, he just
Finished
finished it
him off.
all
Yeah.
off. Yeah, he's
So
toying with
he's
him.
got the power, and I think it's going to be a good fight.
Okay, so you put Ortiz in the ring with Joshua. Does it go to 10 rounds? Does Ortiz get knocked down twice and get up? Because I don't think
Probably not.
you know what. If you get knocked down by Joshua, you need a lot of heart to get back up. And I don't think it would have. I don't know.
So what's holding Joshua from fighting then, Wilder?
Wilder's definitely in his plan. It'd be stupid to think Joshua is not thinking.
Because how old
about
is
Wilder at
Joshua
some
now?
point.
Because Wilder's 32.
Yeah, Joshua's like 24.
Is
Yeah, he's
so
right.
Wilder's not gonna probably get another chance. Is it? I mean, what age do you retire nowadays at boxing?
No, you can go as long as.
I-
No, he
he
got up
goes
to
to
40 on
got
there.
50.
Who
George
was
Foreman when he was
wasn't
14 or
it?
something.
Yeah. But realistically, prime peak,
Yeah, he's still in his peak at 32, isn't he? I think he's probably calling him
he's
out
gonna
because
dip it. He's gonna dip though, isn't it? In a year or so time, it'll be dipping from his peak.
Okay, so between the three of us, I think, Arif, you probably follow boxing more than the two of us combined, but would you say Joshua needs this fight for any reason? I mean, does he need the Wilder fight? And do you think he should take it?
Yeah, do you know what, MTS? My thing is, if you're looking at,
Imtiaz. I'm not gonna let that slide.
I think I'm
I
blushing.
Imtiaz.
I don't want to say image now, did I?
Yeah,
Okay. Trying to be a bit more formal to that.
That's right. It was just
We're elevating the standards of this show.
I
That's
mean,
what we're
you're
doing.
picking up on everything I say. It's
no
yeah.
eyebrows rose from
Yeah.
image as well.
I mean, Imtiaz, as I was saying.
Yeah, go for it, Arif.
I think me personally, if you're looking at some of the great heavyweight boxers, people like Mike Tyson, they'd take anybody on. Doesn't matter.
Anytime. Yep.
I think they're trying to reserve him a little bit. The AJ is not. They're trying to help him through, and then hopefully when the big fight comes up in another year, 2 years time, they'll take that fight.
Yeah.
So they do want to milk it as much as they can. I reckon they want to try to get a bit more money for him, a bit more money brought in, and I think he should go for it.
So as an armchair boxing fan, and I don't follow it religiously or anything, but as an armchair boxing fan, I would love to see the 4 belts held by the one champion at the same time.
Yeah, undisputed
I've
champion.
never been able to get my head around this IBF, IBO, WBC, I just can't be asked with that.
Yeah.
So if you're the number one contender in one division, and you're not the number one contender in another division. How does that even work? It has to
Exactly.
be. I mean, I understand that there's some fighters who can't generate enough interest for their fights for them to go and travel to Vegas and have a fight. So they're limited to geographically,
Absolutely, yeah.
become the British champion, become the European champion, and so on. That I understand. But at the very top level, when you're talking about belts, you have to have a ranking system, and you have to have in the next year, you have to have 2 defenses against fighters in the top 20 at least, with 1 mandatory fight against the top rated contender, something like that. And maybe it does exist, and maybe we're just too far away from it, and maybe we just get blinded by all the money and the hype, and all the promotion that goes around the boxing.
Yeah.
But
I just want to see a good fight between two people who are going well in their career, shall we say. And if one person is a world champion or whatever belt he holds, and the other one's calling him out, and he's got a right to call him out, because you don't want to just fight anyone who calls you out. Well,
Sure.
He's got a right to call you out. He's won his few matches.
Yeah.
He's doing well, and I think just
but don't you think it's descending a little bit into like, it's becoming a farce, in that if you make enough noise and if you make enough of a fool of yourself, and if you start hounding someone, if you start embarrassing them at press conferences, all of a sudden Twitter blows up and Facebook blows up, and then all of a sudden it's like a promoter will be like, oh, do you know what, Sadat versus Arif, that'll get a lot of people interested because Sadat's been really mean to him and he's been saying some rude stuff about him. Yeah.
Oh no,
no, but do you know what I mean? Like that. Whereas you can have somebody who's quietly going about his business, winning his fights, technically a good boxer, not making all that noise, not necessarily promoting himself, and he doesn't get picked because they're thinking, oh, we're not going to sell, 100 pay-per-view, tickets. It's like, it's asking for trouble if it starts.
I think they've got to do something about that. They've got to change the system. I think I know there's a ranking system, isn't there, when the top contenders have to fight each other, but it doesn't seem to happen.
But I don't think it could be like one person wins a fight and then he starts shouting out, right, give me Joshua, and then like even everyone will be honest, well, hang on, you've just won one fight for
yeah, exactly.
What are you doing? He's shouting out. But when you got the media saying showing interest, obviously they're thinking, and not all of them are like armchair boxers like us. They know what's going on. Yeah, he's a potential contender, and this fight should go on, and that's why it gets hyped so much. It's not as if it's like a movie where one just boxer fights one and he shouts it out and he says, yeah, let's give the underdog a chance.
Exactly. Yeah, it's not Rocky, is it?
No.
So I don't know. I'm kind of I'm just losing it a little bit with the boxing. It's like
it's a little bit of a
struggling to take it seriously. The fight that I had the most respect for was that Joshua Klitschko fight, because there was none of that. There was none of that, oh, I'm going to do this to you, I'm going to do that to you. None of that. It was like fantastic. They both respected each other. Absolutely. They had sensible weigh-ins. They had sensible press conferences. And even after the fight, they had a lot of respect for each other. And I would pay money to watch fights like that. I just can't be asked with all this, showing who's a bigger man.
That's a problem. The boxing has got a sort of image of being dragged to the gutter, really, hasn't it? With all the...
Well, Hamad Javed's just started watching. Hamad, I'm sure you watched the fighting last night, the boxing last night. So do text in or call in and let us know what you think of the fights, and tell us a little bit about Deontay Wilder, because he seems to be making a lot of noise. Tell us if you think he should be getting a fight with Joshua anytime soon.
What about the other fight, Kell Brook? Was that a big fight or not?
It was supposed to be.
I think everybody's just waiting for Kell Brook, Amir Khan, aren't they? Now that Amir Khan's joined Matchroom Boxing, it's like, let's just re-establish Amir Khan as a serious fighter, and let's get Khan, Brook in Wembley or the O2 or whatever, sell out 90,000 tickets and make it the biggest British fight ever.
Yeah. He made very light work, didn't he, last night of his boxing? He took him out in the second round.
He did, and maybe Hamad can give us his thoughts, because it'd be nice.
And maybe Zayn can give his thoughts. Zayn, if you want to call into the studio, because we know you're a big fan of the boxing. Hopefully you managed to watch it all on repeat after your show last night. Sidra Shabir. Sidra is a big fan of Joshua. I do follow her on Facebook, and she always supports Joshua. So Sidra, what do you reckon? Do you reckon Anthony Joshua should give Deontay Wilder the fight of his life? Calling guys 01733 602 133, or just connect with us on Facebook. We're quickly running out of time for the first half of the show, and second half is football.
Yeah, so we haven't said PSL, we haven't done snooker.
I wanted to talk about the third one-day international, England New Zealand. So I watched the back end of that.
I didn't follow it, to be honest. All I know that England won it, and I didn't get to watch any of it or follow any of it.
Yeah, it was a pretty close run thing. It was the 234 in the first innings, England. Not a massive target to defend.
234? Yeah, as soon as you say that, I'm thinking, oh.
Yeah, 235 target, and New Zealand, they lost a few wickets, but then Kane Williamson got himself a century, and there were 6 wickets down, and they only needed...
And you expected them to win at that point.
At that point, you expected them to win, but then they just hit one in the air. Got caught by Ben Stokes.
Oh, Ben Stokes back. Is it second game, is it? I believe, isn't it? Because they lost the first game that he came back to. Again with New Zealand, and it was a tight
did well
game.
In the second one, didn't he?
He's done well, has he?
So he made a great catch in the outfield, which changed the game, and I think they needed 15.
I'll tell you who is doing well is Peterson in the PSL.
Really?
Yeah, okay.
Smashing it. I'm surprised England are not calling him back.
I think he's the past.
Oh, you know what? But if he's good, if he's doing it, then there's no such thing as past.
He's too much of a problem.
You can invest in Peterson now, re-establish him as part of the team, and change the whole dynamic, and then he's going to be gone in 2 years. Or you could look at a youngster, bring a youngster in, and take the fact that they're not quite at that level, but then look at the overall dynamic of the.
But you can mix a bit of old with young.
You've got this thing about
Peterson.
Have you noticed that? How many times has he called for a few
times, haven't I?
Way too many times. Way too many times. So tell us about PSL just before we go to the break. 50
well, some great games going. Karachi Kings at the top of the table. Lahore is at the bottom. Haven't won any games.
Lahore Qalandars.
Okay. And it's surprising because they've got some good players in there. They've got Fakhr in there. They've got.
Tell me, what's Peshawar Zalmi? What is
Zalmi. Or Peshawar Zalmi.
What does Zalmi even mean?
You don't know what Zalmi means?
As in, I know it's a negative word. I don't know what it actually means. Though.
Zalmi is like, how would you translate word for word in English?
That's
Zalmi.
what I was thinking.
Zalmi is like, I think my son was even asking me this the other day as well. I did give a word. I can't remember what it was now.
And why have Islamabad gone for Islamabad United? I mean, what a boring.
Karachi Kings.
I don't mind these Qatar Gladiators.
Yeah. Okay, so we'll talk a little bit more about that after the break. Guys, join us in a few minutes. Assalamu alaikum.
Stay tuned to Salaam Radio after this short ad break.
Sadly, millions of orphans living in the poorest countries lack the necessary support for a healthy childhood. These children have to endure lives of hardship without the basic necessities that would help them to grow, to learn, to live. Let's show them that we do care. Let's brighten up their future. Call 0161 225 0225 or visit humanappeal.org.uk.
Ever thought about joining the fire service? Come along to our information event in Peterborough and find out more on Wednesday the 7th of March from 12:30pm to 2:30pm at the Gladstone Park Community Centre. Booking is essential by visiting camsfire.gov.uk. For more information, call Fazana Qusair on 07825 506 691. We value diversity and actively encourage applications from all sections of the community. You could soon be starting your firefighting career serving communities across Cambridgeshire. Wednesday, 7th of March from 12:30pm to 2:30pm at the Gladstone Park Community Centre. Remember to book at camsfire.gov.uk. There's more to being a firefighter than you might think.
Need a great place to chill out? Look no further than The Lounge for quality food and drinks at a great price. Try our varied menu: pasta, seafood, burgers, grills, salad, soup, rice and sides. Also hot and cold drinks, milkshakes and mocktails. Leave room for our exquisite desserts. The Lounge, 417 Lincoln Road, Peterborough. Call 01733 709 306 to order for delivery. The Lounge, friendly service with a great atmosphere.
Need car parts quickly and at a great price? City Auto Parts offer competitive prices, trade accounts and a delivery service in and around Peterborough. For all your parts and accessories requirements, visit City Auto Parts, 30 Fitzwilliam Street, Peterborough, PE1 2RX. Call us on 01733 347711 or visit www.cityautoparts.co.uk.
Dervish Creative, in association with PCA, Salaam Radio and Vivacity, presents A Foreign Policy. Poetry that spans from Punjab to chicken shops, Green Street to Lincoln Road and everywhere in between. Saturday the 3rd of March, featuring award-winning activist and creative director Zain Haider Awan, published playwright and London laureate Zia Ahmed, author of Little Boy Blue and winner of Poetry Rivals 2016, Jamal Mahmood. Doors open at 7:15. Tickets are limited. Book today online at vivacity.org or the Key Theatre box office or the Allama Iqbal Centre. A Foreign Policy, Saturday the 3rd of March, 7:15 at the Key Theatre.
Are you looking for a fun-loving and professional nursery? Then call Bright Bambini Montessori on Peterborough 306565. Teaching EYFS curriculum and Ofsted approved. We also offer Forest School and Arabic. Limited free funded places available. Call 01733 0306565 or email info@bbmc.uk. Bright Bambini Montessori.
Good life, good life.
Broadcasting 24 hours a day, 365 days a year. This is Salaam Radio.
Assalamu alaikum and welcome back to Salaam Sports here on Salaam Radio 106.2 FM and 105.1 FM Inspire FM. Thank you for joining us, Luton listeners. We are back, we are live. I'm here with Sadat Akram and Arif Aziz and you are listening to Imtiaz Ali.
What?
That's nice, isn't it? It's a slightly different gear,
different tone.
Is it from yesterday? You've learned something from yesterday?
I learned so much from yesterday.
Never learns anything.
I learned so much from yesterday.
I think he did.
He's still parking his car out over there where he should be parking.
You know what, Arif, I've got a story to share with you. Probably I should have said it off air, but I'll start it now, so I'll finish. So, you know, Jamal, one of the performers, I went to buy his book, and he goes, "Are you Imtiaz Ali?" And I was like, yeah. Thinking, oh my God, he knows me. I'm so cool. He knows me. And he goes, yeah, I saw you on Zayn's Instagram video. So do you remember that night we were in Stuttgart?
Oh, that's real. That was at 1 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah, we were both in bed.
Yeah, let's cut that story. Let's cut that story here.
So a few comments. Sadat, do you want to read out Raf Mohammed's comment?
Raf Mohammed, he says there was a question mark about Wilder's chin. Against King Kong, he proved that he has a chin.
He has a chin.
Yeah, he has
Wilder
a
is
chin.
wild and unorthodox, but if he connects AJ...
Why? Do you like my way of reading?
No, your reading is awful. But listen,
shocking.
I wanted to rush it a little bit.
You can't rush these things.
No, I had to rush it because I want to take Hamad's call. So how do I do this? Assalamu alaikum, Hamad. Can you hear me?
What? Yeah, Walaikum Assalam, you okay, yeah?
Yeah, not too bad. Appreciate the call. Lots and lots of boxing going on last night. I'm sure you watched it. Do you want to tell us a little bit about Deontay Wilder? Because we've been talking about him, and we're not sure he should be given the Joshua fight. What do you reckon?
No, I mean, to be honest with you, he's the only other legitimate champion out there.
Yeah.
And again, by beating Ortiz, he proved that obviously that he's the only other man out there apart from Anthony Joshua.
Okay.
So, I mean, even from Anthony Joshua's perspective, he's got a tough fight against Parker, but to be honest with you, no one expects Parker to win.
So it's going to be Joshua win his. Joshua's going to win his. Wilder won last night.
Is the Wilder fight?
Yeah.
Parker, is that AKA Spider-Man?
Hamad, do you think he's going to get his fight in the next 12 months?
Yeah, to be honest, it's all about business. Whether he deserves it or not, of course, he definitely deserves it.
It's all about money, though, isn't it?
It just depends on numbers, whether they should do a big summer fight now, or whether Joshua fights in America first, builds more of a reputation up there, and then gets a fight with Wilder.
Who's going to win?
But if
Wilder
it's
or
not
Joshua?
next, it's more down to business as opposed to whether they should fight or whether it's down to whether Wilder deserves it or not.
Who's going to win, Wilder or Joshua? One word.
You know what? There's about 2-3 different scenarios where it can play out. So Wilder's obviously, he's wild by name, wild by nature. He's got these big windmill punches that he throws. But if that connects with Joshua, you know, anything can happen there.
Well,
but with Joshua...
sorry, I was just going to say, PK texted in,
Yeah.
Raf, and he said there was question marks over Wilder's chin. He is a bit wild, but he proved he does have a chin, and if he connects to AJ, it's going to be night-night. What do you reckon?
Yeah, I mean, obviously, that's one of the scenarios that can play out. The other way is, obviously, Joshua as well. He throws nice, straight shots, and he's a bit better school than Wilder is. So if he sticks to his boxing, and again, if he lands on the chin as well, it's the same scenario for Wilder.
Yeah.
The thing I did like about Wilder last night was the fact that he was throwing power punches throughout the whole fight, and even towards the end, he still had that kind of energy and athleticism to carry on and throw those kind of punches.
Yeah, that shows a lot of.
Question mark is on AJ's stamina.
That shows a lot of stamina, doesn't it, to be able to throw power punches throughout a 10-round fight? I mean, that's saying a lot. Just quickly, Ahmad, I just wanted to ask you. There was a lot of boxing on last night, and obviously everybody's focusing on the Wilder Ortiz fight. But what other fights caught your eye, and what do you think was a good result in terms of last night?
I mean, Kell Brook to come back the way he did and get his second round stoppage, that was obviously good for him. Big confidence booster. The guy who's fighting was no mug either.
Okay.
He's a former world title challenger. And, I expected Brook to go more towards the later rounds, even win on points. So he's kind of put himself back in the frame again of trying to get another world title shot at the light middleweight division.
And do you think, so I mentioned this just before the break, do you think now that Amir Khan's at Matchroom Boxing, do you reckon it's a case of getting Amir Khan back into the public's eye and then getting a massive fight with Kell Brook, or is that boat sailed now?
No, it's definitely not sailed. Again, Khan needs this win under his belt in the next bout. But again, he needs a bigger name in his maybe second fight.
Sure.
But the problem you got at the moment is Kell Brook is at light middle, Khan's at welter. So I think he needs a few fights to get into it, get his name back up there again, and they'll either have to fight at a catchweight or Khan go up to light middle. So again, it's not set in stone that they're definitely going to fight in the next second or third fight. It depends on Khan as well and who he fights and how he performs.
Will Khan go up though, a weight? Considering last time he went up.
Yeah, well, he went up for Canelo, didn't he? So he definitely would, especially when there's a bit of a carrot dangling over him with the money involved. But I think he has to show in the next couple of fights that he's up there.
Okay.
Excellent.
Ahmad, thank you so much for your call. We definitely needed a bit of a knowledgeable input into the boxing section, so really appreciate that. I hope you enjoy the rest of the show. Nice one. Thanks for calling in, yeah?
Thank you.
Bye.
Raf also texting, sorry to cut there, anyone. He says, Zalmi is a Pashto word in Urdu. It translates as Jawan. Youth. Jawan. Now I know why my wife calls me, what's Zalma? She's calling me youth. Now I know. Thanks for that, Raf.
I thought it was a swear word.
Sully's
it was supposed to be like
Sully's texting,
devil.
and Sully's saying, why Arsenal fans still supporting Wenger?
Ooh.
So that's an interesting one which we're going to pick
There's
up.
not a lot that I see, especially on social media with the Arsenal TV that's on there. And
there's a lot of hate.
A lot of hate for Wenger. Lots of hate.
But I think they shouldn't have given him another contract, should they, really? I mean, yeah. Why? He's sailed this boat, hasn't he, really?
Well, if he doesn't leave, will they chuck him out? Any other manager would have been
I think
we'll come back to it. Let's just pick up on a couple of the other comments we've had. Dr. Shabina's text in saying, just tuned in, one of the best shows on the planet.
She's late again.
I know.
I hope she doesn't see
Dr.
patience at this
Shabina.
time, sort of thing.
And Saqib Nazir has texted in to say Lewis Hamilton. 2 words, Lewis Hamilton. What are we supposed to take from that, Saqib? Arif, do you know anything about what is he talking about, or is he just saying
I think
Lewis
he's talking
Hamilton
about
is incredible?
the new season coming up. It's going to be pretty tough. I think you've got...
Have they changed, isn't it? With the
they've changed slight regulations, but you've got is it Vettel? Vettel's coming back, and they
Sebastian Vettel.
So they reckon it's going to be tough this year.
Oh, we've even got a wink.
Okay. So, good luck to Lewis Hamilton in the forthcoming season. Are we getting tickets to any... You got me tickets last night. He got me tickets last night to the event last night.
Yeah,
Are you getting us tickets to any Grand
tickets.
Prix throughout 2018? Come on, we should arrange something.
Yeah, definitely.
We'll pay for them. You just need to arrange it.
Okay, I'll sort them out.
Let's see if we can get to a race. And not the British Grand Prix, please. Can we just go somewhere abroad?
Do you want to go abroad?
Yeah, I want to go Monaco.
Yeah.
Monaco.
Or San Marino. Do they still do the San Marino Grand Prix?
I don't think they do San Marino.
Dubai.
They do Monaco.
Dubai?
They do they do Abu Dhabi, don't they?
Oh, do they do
And I'll tell
Pakistan?
you
Lahore?
which is
They do
pretty.
Malaysian.
Do they do Lahore?
No, they
Damn, I've got to go see the family at the
they
same
do
time.
the Indian one as well. That's pretty good as well.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh, go and see Modi.
Let's take it back.
Take it back.
Just before we open up on this segment, can I just say,
Yeah.
when the first noises around #Wenger out started coming, I was thinking it's an absolute disgrace. Because he's done so much for that club. He's the longest serving Premier League manager since Saf retired. But he's done amazing things for that club. A club that was always decent. It's not like Arsenal have been struggling. They've always been a decent club, but he elevated them. He had the invincible
They've always had great
season.
performances.
Yeah.
Even, when they have shocking defeats,
He's a
the
little bit
performance is
stuck
great.
in his ways now, isn't he? Though
But
that's the problem.
this is what I was going to say
Is
to
he
you. Is like
stuck in the
today
ways?
they played away to Brighton. Hove Albion,
yeah.
and they got beat. What was the final score?
2-1.
2-1 in the end,
And all the Arsenal fans was expecting defeat. They were expecting defeat. They've had the
Not
worst
just the
away
Arsenal
record.
fans. I think you've got the media, you've got the opposition. You think that you've got to get at Arsenal in the first half, and second half they may improve.
Are the players playing for him?
Well,
and I hear this all the time. I mean, I think every professional player's got to play, regardless whoever the manager is. You play to your best.
Well, put it this way: there's they were interviewing what's his name, Chris Hughton, about a defeat that they suffered recently, and He goes, look, we're not at that level where we're going to be beating the likes of City and Chelsea and so on, but we've got a plan, and we're going to stick to doing what we're doing. We're going to keep doing it, and we're going to pick up points. That's his plan. With Arsenal and with Arsene Wenger, it just looks like he had a plan. It was a great plan, and it worked really well for a number of years. Now, either he's got the plan and he doesn't completely believe in it, or he's not communicating it, or his players don't buy into it. Because there's something definitely
Or he hasn't
wrong.
got the right players to execute the plan.
I think
Or he doesn't have the right players. But you can't argue about the right players because he's been there for so long. He should only have players at the club that he wants.
Yep.
And I think that's part of the problem he's got. I don't think he has got the players that he wants. Defensively, they're not. Arsene Wenger's always been a produced fantastic footballer.
Excellent football. Yeah, as a neutral, you'd love to watch Arsenal play. I think that's.
Okay.
I think what's the label that's come on Arsenal nowadays, and when you go, because you said defensively, is they're the worst team without the football.
Yes. Excellent point. Yeah.
When they don't have that ball, they're just
because they're too lazy.
Rubbish.
And I think defensively they've got problems. He's always believed in Arsene Wenger's.
I don't think they're lazy. I disagree. I don't know. I don't know what you think, but I don't think
that's
they're lazy.
probably coming from Neville's recent comments, isn't it? With the defeat in the final, they were walking back, and he really had a go.
I mean, he ripped into them.
Yeah.
But what I saw today, so I saw the first half, and what I saw today was they were kind of a little bit headless in their pursuit of the ball. So there was like 3 guys chasing after one ball, and 2 passes later, the ball's on the other side of the pitch, and it's completely open.
I'll see that in other teams as well. And I'm thinking we have that even in our drills in FC. You pick your point when you pressurise the team and you go together. And it's like, and I'll pick on Sanchez for example. He's a great player who runs around and everything. He's very energetic, but he'll be running around on his own. So he'll go after one. He's just passed it over there, and then he'll chase that ball. And I think it was pretty pointless.
Yeah, it is pointless.
Yeah, there's no point doing that. He's wasting energy. He may look like the crowd might say, yeah, he's doing something, but really he's not achieving anything.
That reminds me of a World Cup game when they were talking about Welbeck and how he was running and showing a lot of passion. And Thierry Henry said, "Well, dogs run."
It's a bit harsh.
No, that's exactly what he said. Live on air, he goes, "Well, dogs run." But you're absolutely right.
They need to go in, pressure as a team, effectively wait for it.
Yeah, I think that's the system they probably play then.
Schoolboy error though, isn't it?
If you look at high press, if we're talking about high press here, there's only 2 clubs really, or 3 if you include Tottenham, Man City and Liverpool, who really like that high press and keep pressurising defenders.
But I mean, what Sadat's saying is he's absolutely right. You can have the high press, but you can't have the high press with one striker.
No, you can't. You're never
going
to
have the high press
Yeah.
with the striker and the 3 behind and the 2 behind. And the whole team's just got to go in and eliminate the space where the ball is to try and win that ball back. And
we're getting, sorry to interrupt you, we're getting a few messages in all saying #Wenger in, and I assume none of them are Arsenal supporters.
Yeah, well, Mohamed Munir said can't wait for Arsenal fan TV tonight. That throws up a number of treats. It's every time.
It does, yeah.
I think win, lose or draw, it's always entertaining.
It's quality. It is. It's quality.
Sully is saying Sanchez who?
Who's Sully?
Oh, good on. We all know Sully's man. Sully's.
And I'd have to agree with him. I think it's a tough game for United tomorrow. By the way,
who are they playing?
Every game's a tough game now. They're running.
Is it Crystal Palace?
Crystal Palace away.
Yeah.
Actually, no. That is a tough game.
Because if we look at the table, ooh.
Oh, and is it Chelsea City today?
Chelsea City today. Yeah.
What time's kickoff?
4:00, I believe, or
so straight after
4:05.
Is it 4:05 or 4:30?
Is it? No, it's normally 4 the Sunday Super Sundays. Normally 4:00 kickoff or 4:05.
Okay.
Stuff like that.
So we'll watch that game. But that's one where we're supporting City, aren't we? Because City have won the league, so we'd quite like for them to take points off Chelsea.
And I think it has changed. It's 10 years ago it used to be all about if you're champions, you're champions. Nowadays it's about getting into the top 4, isn't it? And it has been last few years.
No,
it is.
No, you're telling me, as a Liverpool supporter,
no, I don't agree with it.
You just want to sit in the top 4.
No.
You're happy with that?
No.
The famous comment, I believe it was about 3 or 4 seasons ago when Gerrard was playing before the slip. He said, I think one of the commentators says, "Oh, you'll be in the top 4, so you're happy with that?" He goes, "This is not a top 4 club.
Yeah,
I want to be a top 1."
Bob Paisley. First is first, and second is nowhere.
Yeah. Well.
And I agree with that.
Yeah, I can't believe Arif just said what he said. No, listen, I think if you're not going to win the league, finish in the top 4. Yes.
Yeah, financially it makes no difference.
And this year,
you get
nobody
the same.
but City are winning the league. That's a given.
Absolutely.
So now it is all about Liverpool, United, Chelsea, Tottenham.
Yeah.
And those 4 teams are battling for 3 spots, and that's just the way it is.
Yeah, and
so,
like Aaron said, it'll be a tough game for United. I think Liverpool's at 3-3. This is Crystal Palace.
Raf has just reminded us. Thanks for that, Raf, yeah. You can't count your chickens. You can't count your chickens at Palace.
What does Raf know about football anyway?
Hey, Raf knows a heck of a lot about football.
He knew the score between Palace and Liverpool.
He knows a lot about Liverpool. He comes from a Liverpool family, so yeah, he knows a lot about Liverpool.
But it's interesting. I mean, okay, City are going to win. We all know, which leaves the next 3 spot. I mean, personally, I think United and Liverpool, or Liverpool United, whatever way, without getting
1, 2, 3,
they'll be the 3.
Yeah.
At the top. It's the 4th, I think, is going to be interesting. I think it's between Tottenham and Chelsea. Yeah. Arsenal completely out. Especially after before today's defeat, but just emphasise it even more after today's defeat.
I'm not sure to that.
I think if Kane stays fit, it'll be Tottenham.
Yeah.
Because Chelsea just don't have a striker at the moment.
No, they've got Morata.
He's not putting it away. He's not.
I think
Morata, when he started off, was fantastic.
I saw some.
But at the moment, he's in that.
I saw a fact recently. I think today.
That's very recent.
Where was it? What was it? It was Guardiola has won 70% of his games.
Okay.
And he's been loved. Everybody seems to think he's fantastic. And Conte has won 69.8% of his games, and he's getting slated at the moment.
Yep.
Yeah, but I think he's drawn more than he's probably lost.
No, if you're winning 69% of your games,
we're talking about
winning 69% of your games.
So yeah, but it's the other remaining. For example,
you're saying he's lost losing. The 30%, whereas Pep's only lost like 1 all season.
Yeah.
So it is. I reckon it's a little bit tough for him. I think Chelsea's always, especially in the last sort of 10, 12 years, they've gone through managers quite a lot, haven't they?
Yeah, I mean, let's not make any bones about it. If Chelsea don't make 4th place, he's out.
He's out.
And he's come in.
He may be a good replacement for Wenger to go to Arsenal.
Conte.
Yeah, shake it all up.
Well, they're talking about Joachim Low, aren't they?
Are they? I thought they were. What's his name from? It's not Villarreal. Is it Villarreal from Spain?
Bielsa.
No, I've got it. I can picture him now.
Can you?
I can't say his name. Yeah, send you a picture. But who else can replace? Wenger. Who would you replace Wenger?
I'll tell you what. I honestly think I read an article recently. I reckon
Simeone.
They should know. I reckon they should go for
the Bournemouth.
Who are you talking about? Arsenal.
Eddie Howe.
No,
Bournemouth. No,
I reckon Thierry Henry.
Thierry Henry.
Yeah,
no. I think all not all, but most pundits and everything are saying that nobody connected with Arsenal should go in there and he's a whole new shake-up.
Let's look at
new philosophy altogether.
Barcelona, brought in an untried reserve team manager in Guardiola.
Yep.
And he absolutely smashed it. He's the way he goes about, and that, the effort he puts into every single game, I think Henry would be fantastic for them.
It's an interesting one. Yeah. Henry certainly understands the project that Arsene Wenger started at Arsenal, the one that was so successful.
Yeah, that's the problem.
They were invincible.
Yeah, but that's the problem. Let us forget they were invincible. That's the problem. They're not forgetting, and they're on that same road, and it's just not working. They need a good shake-up in there, and I think I think I came in with the name Simeone at the end of the day. Is it Simeone?
Simeone.
Diego Simeone.
Yeah.
You're talking about
Atletico.
Atletico Madrid.
Yeah, that's it. And then that name's been popped up that he might. But then again, who wants to come to Arsenal? Then is the next question. Does anyone want to go? Because that club is clearly going down at the moment.
And just to let you know, Barcelona actually beating Simeone's Atletico Madrid 1-0 at the moment. First against second.
But you expect it's not a shock.
No, it's first against second.
Yeah, I know, but Barcelona is expected to win that league.
Just because he said that Barcelona are beating Atletico doesn't mean he's criticising your choice of Simeone.
No, I'm just saying.
Don't get defensive.
I'm not getting defensive.
He's just sharing a sporting fact on a sporting show. That's all he's doing. Thank you, Ari, for your input. And don't be so defensive to that. Come on. So Sully's saying top three's done. He's saying Liverpool looking like second, Spurs looking like third, looking like fourth.
Where's he got that from? How on earth has he got that?
It probably depends on remaining fixtures, doesn't it?
I can't see.
To be honest, you know what?
Oh, it doesn't make no difference.
To be honest, second, third, and fourth really doesn't make a difference.
No.
Bragging rights for the odd fan to say, "Oh, we finished above of you."
Yeah,
but that's all it is.
You've won nothing. We've won nothing. We've ended in the Champions League. So
United still in the FA Cup. and still could win the Champions League.
Assuming everything else is the same.
Yeah.
That's what it is. So results from yesterday then.
Yes.
West Brom.
Results. I've got them all down here somewhere.
West Brom look. West Brom are down and out.
They did give themselves a good account yesterday, though.
They did, but
2-0.
1-0.
Yeah.
1-0 to Watford. It was
too little, too late.
And Watford are very good at home.
Yeah,
that's their third straight win at
Are
home.
they going to sack him, Pardew, after hiring him this season?
It's pointless.
It is pointless at this stage, isn't it?
Pointless.
At the bottom now, aren't they? They're rock bottom. Where are they? Let's see on the league.
Yeah, rock bottom. They're about 7 points from safety.
Yeah, exactly. 8 points.
I think the next few minutes we should really just talk about Mohamed Salah and the achievements he's had.
No, let's not do that.
Yeah.
No, we're going to talk about the bottom. We'll go for each team.
I think West Brom are down. They're more or less down.
Yeah.
Stoke, Southampton, that was such a bore fest.
Yeah, 0-0. Didn't really do anyone favours, did it?
I wouldn't mind if they both go down on the back of that performance. Riyad Mahrez 97th minute equaliser.
Oh yeah.
I don't know. They gave
against Bournemouth.
They gave the goalkeeper a bit of stick, and they gave is it Adam Smith, who was just off the edge of the wall, a bit of stick as well. But I think that was a quality free kick. You know, he was far enough out for him to know that he could bend it about 2 or 3 yards. Started outside the wall and he came back in. The goalkeeper's not seeing it until it's gone past him. So excellent free kick by Mahrez. Who's
I've not seen the game, but did they deserve the extra 7 minutes? Why was there so much time?
Well, they deserved a point for sure in that game. They did enough. 7 minutes. There was an injury. There was a red card. Right. So there was a few stoppages. So yeah, fair enough.
I mean, Bournemouth, I think before the game would have taken the draw, but it's such a kick in the teeth to let a late goal.
It always is, isn't it? But
yeah,
I think they're both going to stay up.
Breaking news from Raf Sully #deluded.
I don't think that's breaking news.
But no, just going on to Tottenham, clinical 2-0. No faffing around. They missed a few chances as well. But that was just like.
And Song was awesome yesterday, wasn't he?
Yes. Son
and to me, there's fair dues to Tottenham because I think we said at the start, if anything was going to cost Tottenham this season, finishing in that top 4, would probably the fact that they were playing at Wembley, and they did struggle at the start.
Yeah,
but they're sorted out. Yeah.
And then they're playing some fantastic football. I think you know I'd have to agree with Sully. I think.
Tottenham might get third.
Tottenham got
to play City now.
Yeah. Tottenham might get third.
Not next, a couple of games, but they've got City left over.
The top 3, I think Liverpool may be in there. I think United and sort of Chelsea are really.
You just can't say it.
I really wanted to take it seriously, but that smirk on his face. When he's saying it, the smirk on his face just you can't.
Listen, if it keeps Liverpool fans happy, okay, Liverpool second, United third. But like Image says, it really makes no difference. It makes no difference.
I'm glad you agree with Image. I'm glad you agree with Image, actually.
No, it makes no difference.
So what do you think about David Moyes saying that his team were embarrassing? Is it not that David Moyes is embarrassing?
Well, he started off well when he joined West Ham, didn't he? And it seems to have gone down since.
You'd have to agree with him. The performance yesterday, I mean, I actually watched that game. They were absolutely awful. You know, there's no fight. They had no fight. I think some of it, he has to take responsibility for that because they actually didn't look like as if they were interested in football in the first 15,
but what can a manager
20
do?
minutes.
He tells you what to do. He picks the players and they don't perform.
There didn't seem to be a plan. Again, very similar to what I was saying about Wenger. You know, you put a team out there, they got to do what you tell them to do. It didn't look like
but Wenger didn't. And he has options on the bench. Wenger, he was losing, for example, on the Thursday, the last game against City, 3-0. Before half time, he had an option: take off Özil, take off Welbeck, take off Mkhitaryan, whatever these big player names he has, and make a point. You know, say right, fine, we might not win this game, we not come back into it, but I'm telling you, this is unacceptable. You're playing rubbish. He doesn't do that. Where Moyes doesn't really have much of a choice with his squad, does he? He has some subs, but he's not got big players.
Yeah, do you reckon Ozil's dropped a little bit following his
new
contract
signs?
extension?
I think it is. Someone said it's just the fact that they're saying the attitude of the players seem to be, well, you know what? We're not going to get the stick. He is.
And what do you think about this managerial insight from Klopp saying Mo Salah loves the goals?
Well, I think every striker loves goals, isn't it? It's a bit stating the obvious.
And then Mo Salah said that Jurgen Klopp brings the best out of me because he's told me to play closer to the goal. Isn't that a bit basic?
Yeah, I'm saying as long as he's not offside, you play as close as the goal.
Isn't that a bit basic? Like, you know, surely you want some kind of like tactical, in-depth insight. But he's told me to play a little bit close to the goal.
Yeah, he was probably prompted. He was probably prompted to say something nice about your manager.
Probably his English wasn't up to scratch. He probably
Albert
did say that.
Saint Al-Jiroy said United likely to finish second, Chelsea third, Spurs fourth. Can't see Liverpool's defence carrying them to the fourth. Weakest defence out of the top.
Thank you, Abid.
Thank you, Abid. Really appreciate your insightful feedback
it's a fair comment.
input into the show. It is fair point, and I'm sure we'll revisit in about 4 weeks' time.
Yeah, no doubt.
Or not, or not. Yeah. So yeah, Mo Salah. I mean, top goal scorer alongside Harry Kane, 24 goals this season for a winger.
Yeah,
given Harry Kane.
Unbelievable.
But then Harry Kane pulled off a ridiculous assist as well yesterday.
You
Two
did.
fantastic
Awesome.
players at the top of their game right now, isn't there? Is there anything more that you want to say about Mo Salah other than he's been a shining light in the Premier League this season? Not just because he's a Liverpool player.
No,
the fact that he's a Muslim as well.
I was just about to bring
he's
that
a
up.
hero. He's genuinely a hero.
Brings up some positives about Muslims.
Well, I think
talking about other Muslims in the Premier Leagues as well.
His performances just been stifling, haven't they? Really, if you look at it, I mean, he is so aggressive.
I just hope he can do the same next season. And he's not a one-season wonder.
And he doesn't go anywhere.
Yeah.
We're all out of time, guys. We've just got enough time to wish our fellow Salaam Radio DJ Amir Suleiman happy birthday.
Happy birthday to you.
Amir, we don't have to sing it to him.
Okay.
And we'll see, or we'll join you all again next week, inshallah, on Salaam Sports. Join us again next Sunday, inshallah. Assalamu alaikum.
Salam.
Stay tuned to Salaam Radio after this short ad break.
Have you visited